podcast contains coarse language and some adult situations. Listener discretion is advised. Caution! You're about to experience The Alpha Factor, hosted with ZZ9 Plural Z Alpha and guest host John of Doom. Today we've got a bunch of stories today. Okay, is it okay? And also our kill of the week. And then we'll finally be talking about one gun this week, as we will every week. So let's start off with the expulsion of Eurenic. Here's our first one. Milestone. Congratulations to Eurenic. Possibly Max Assault. Do we have confirmation on that?
I believe he was expelled. He resigned, actually. He resigned.
But do we know if he is...
He resigned the other day because...
The vote passed. He was expelled. Yeah. Do you know if he's actually Max Assault, or is that just hearsay?
I don't know. It's all speculation for me. I've seen people who say, yes, he was an Alta Max. No, he isn't. I don't know. My best guess is probably. I have seen some evidence that might point to Eurenic being a Max Alt, but I cannot confirm that.
You know, I think it's really funny because it's kind of like... being a Max Alt is kind of like being a communist in the 50s. You can be called a Max Alt, and now no one has any sympathy for you, and you can be like gunned down in the street and no one gives a shit.
Damn.
It's true, though. Like, no one has any sympathy for that man.
That's just some people.
For good reason, but...
I wouldn't say... I gotta be really careful with my wording because of my position, but... some people may have sympathy, some don't. Jury's out on what
You did prosecute... Yeah, you did indeed prosecute me for killing one of his alts, so that's fair. But I can tell you that I have not really got any repercussions for being found guilty for that because of the fact that it was his alt. I'm very fortunate for that.
That's what I'm thinking. Max Almas probably has a lot of alts. I think
he does.
Justice Yada or Attorney Yada. Which one was it?
Attorney Yada. That's the guy that I capped.
Oh, you were the one that recently was prosecuted?
Yes,
by the
for killing Attorney Yada. Yes.
And some other person. How was that? Because honestly... Go ahead.
My attorney was god-awful. He actually agreed with the judge. Or with the prosecutor.
Judge. Wow.
Yeah, or the prosecutor. My apologies, not the judge.
I think he might have
that is apparently what...
I was surprised.
Agreeing with the prosecutor is what not guilty means, apparently.
And that's what that's what he told you? That's what he told you.
No, that's not what he told me, but like I told him I want to go the not guilty route, but then when he agrees with the prosecutor, those are two very different things, you know. You shouldn't be
for this case, but the views and opinions that I express here, they're not those of the OJ. These are just my own opinions from what I've seen so far. I think it was his first case, but I was surprised to see how much he put into that. Like the defense efforts, especially with the last one saying, oh, there was evidence to suggest that Attorney Yada was messing with the clip and everything.
It's straight.
I was for sure, I thought the first charge would have been found not guilty. I thought you would be found not guilty on that charge. That is my honest opinion. So I was surprised to see that the judge actually agreed with it, but it's based on the evidence, and I believe there is now a new GM required rule that all evidence must be at least a minute long.
That's not a GM rule. That's actually something that we passed in the Senate.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
How very
I mean, it
little.
may have been copied by the GMs, but yeah, that's something that uh, it originated in the Senate. Senator Chexberger, he introduced that
I
he
don't know.
introduced that law to
I don't know what he did that for, but
because of Max and how he does those things. It was specifically to stop Max from pulling those bullshit things and getting people in trouble when they shouldn't. Because really, what it is, it's people defending themselves from him. But because of the way that he records his evidence, it makes it look like they're actually attacking him
Max
when
Thomas is
that's
a
not the case.
different.
So
I've dealt with shitty prosecutors and shitty and toxic people before. I remember being a judge when Arthur Chen and I forgot that other guy's name. I don't know. I don't know on top of my head, but he was borderline near Maxonymous. Both of them were. And they were the most shitty people to deal with as a judge. They always would go back and forth, back and forth. And this was back when anyone could be a judge, and you would not a judge, but a but a prosecutor or a lawyer. Anyone
yeah,
could be a lawyer, and there was
yeah.
no repercussions whatsoever. That's why I'm kind of thankful we have the FBA, and I'm also like the director of the FBA. Um, I'm kind of thankful we have that now, a GM sanctioned one, because it kind of sets the bar up high and actually has repercussions for if someone screws up and violates the code of ethics. We have that now set in stone, It's all in there. And
Bar.
once someone is accused of violating it, someone sends us a complaint, and then I take a look at it. I send it over to the Board of Professional Standards. They review it. They hold their hearing, and they vote. I do not vote on this. I want to make it clear. It's not me who decides these things. I do not vote in favor or opposition. I don't tell the board what I think they should vote for. All I say is just take a look at everything, decide what you will, and let me know. And I was quite surprised that Maxonymous was barred permanently, in all honesty. But
I never thought that he would be.
no, because the last one we did, I said in the letter, Siad Minyad, I thought he was going to get barred for like ever. But instead, the board was like, you know what? You're getting suspended for 2 weeks. And then there was.
What was the reason for that?
Well, he was a lawyer in defense of former President Pro Tempore JSJS. Took money and everything, but then took it back, saying yougotplayed.com and the like. He said he was high at the time. I don't think I should say this, but he kind of made mistakes. And I'm like, well, okay. I had a talk with him because I had to train him before he got unsuspended, and I told him, you can't do it like that. I mean, do what you want outside of it, but when you represent someone, you're supposed to represent them knowing everything and having your best clients' interests at heart. Because if you just go away and say, okay, I'll represent you, give me your money, and you just walk away, that doesn't make you a lawyer. That makes you a con artist. Not judgy con artist, but a con artist in general. You see what I'm saying? So I thought Maxonymous would probably face a 1-2 week suspension because the charges were similar, but then I get the notice that, oh, they're suspending him forever. And I ask one of the people who's on the board, and I tell them, look, did you really think you couldn't just suspended him for like a week or two? And then he was like, no, there was no way we could do that. And it wasn't any bias, because I asked him, were you biased against this guy? And he's like, no, none of us were. Which Maxonymous is a very controversial person in the legal community. So obviously someone's going to take some bias in. But so it might have played into the permanent suspension, but I don't think so. That's why I don't think so.
So we've got a hand up. already. I'm a little bit concerned because this person isn't super active in Noosa right now, but they are our first hand up, so I'm going to give them a chance to say something. They are a former CJCS baby Sektov Ukrainian. Welcome to the stage. I invited you to speak, sir.
Oh, don't downplay my fucking role. I was the DNI and then a bunch of other shit I don't care about. Let's not negate the fact that according to the FBI statistics, black people make up 13.6% of the population and 19% of gun owners, and account for 63% of firearm homicides.
Mr. Attorney General, have you conducted? Can you verify the statistics within Noosa? What percentage of our population is black, and how many of them are committing crimes?
Within that
I
figure?
apologize.
Go ahead. Because I don't have those figures on me. Because there's no census. There ain't no census. So we don't have that data. I know it's kind of like a little troll question, but still, we don't have data on that. And I think we never will.
All right, moving on to our next topic. He's already left. Let's talk about money alts. That is coming back into the public consciousness. We used to deal with it quite a bit back when Boulder was getting started back up, and then now that it's getting popular again, they're coming back. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think the reason why is that there's only so much money you can have with you in the bank. The limit is 10K as of right now, and that's too little in my honest opinion. You can't really do a lot with 10K, and if you want to have like a specific money,
sure, but you can store it.
Yeah,
you can buy things that are worth it, and then you can store it in a car.
10K. So I guess these money also,
right.
some way, it's like an offshore bank account per se. That's what I think about it. Be some shady stuff going on. I don't know. We don't have an investigation on that, but it wouldn't surprise me they were being used for illegal activities.
They are. I got a chance to ride with some people that were using money alts yesterday, and they took me back and forth between their money alt and the illegal gun dealer, or rather the bulk gun dealer.
I mean, you see them everywhere. They're just standing around where they spawn, just doing nothing. And
They're claiming that they're no, actually, they're claiming that they're distributing them, selling them. And interestingly enough, they actually told me that if there were legal guns to distribute like that they would. But there's no way to resell legal guns at a profit.
So they sell illegal guns.
Yeah, they're basically forced to. Yes, because there's no way to get the discount.
That is something of interest for the FBI. I mean, we kind of known there's been some shady stuff.
But that's an insane amount of guns. There's so many. That's
guns.
That's a lot,
right there. And there are grounds for at least racketeering.
But I also think that's just really unfair. I think it's unfair to the players that put in the work to get the money. Those that don't. I think it's fine if you have an alt to store the money. That's not anything wrong. If you just use it to transfer it and hold it, okay, fine, do that. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But if you're idling for the sake of building up that idle cash overnight, It was like 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep, so I hopped on Roblox. And
I know
so, yeah. I got really excited because I saw there was 22 people on Boulder. 22 people. There's
and it's all just
recently,
adults.
that like 22 people, that really wasn't all that often, especially not at 2 in the goddamn morning. And then all except for me and one other person, once we got in there, so that made it 24. It was all alts. Every single one of them.
You're the only person. You're the only human.
There's one other person. But
Yeah, but it doesn't make it fun.
It's all. No, it didn't. No, it did not. Because those people, you can't kill them. Or, I mean, you can, but like it doesn't do anything for you.
No.
It's not like you can take their money or.
They're just standing by.
And you know what? They take up server space, so the server gets full faster if the server gets active, and then they also lag the game by taking up that server space somehow.
But it does raise up the bar, I guess. It's good for, I guess, nobody but the GMs probably.
Yeah, but the GMs, they don't need it anymore. I understand why they were fine with it before, back when the game was fucking dead, but it's not anymore.
The only reason why it's not dead is because the other competition was taken down. Not sure how, but I guarantee you if it was back, then we wouldn't be having this, and it would probably still be dead.
It was getting more active regardless. But
it was.
My point is, we don't need these people here. There was a point where we needed that extra bit of oomph to make our game look a little bit more active. We don't need that anymore. So, whatever. Get the fuck out of here.
And that will never happen because obviously there's something going on.
They're on. In the same vein, how do you feel about alts in general? Like, I'm on the main or I'm on the alt? What do you think is better?
What they want to do. If it's for good, then have at it. But if it's for bad, like stuff that the FEC or the OJ can get you at, then it does harm.
No, that's not crime. That's more like, I mean, like, straight up murder. Do you think that people should be doing crime on the main? Or do you think that they should be doing that
I think
elsewhere?
the GMs made a rule where we couldn't really... I don't know if this is public knowledge, but there's something Let me see. Is this said? I don't know if this is said. I mean, people do crime alts all the time.
Yeah, that's the point of them.
Crime alts are allowed.
Yes.
They are allowed. I'm not sure.
I don't like them.
I don't
like them. I think that if you use a crime alt, you're a pussy. Just don't get caught. Be better.
Everyone has a crime alt.
But you're a pussy if you have a crime alt.
I don't have any alts at all, but this is my one and only account. But
if you're gonna do crime, use your main, kill someone, don't get caught. If you do, you know what? I risked my shit. I got prosecuted for it. But at least I didn't hide like a little bitch boy.
People are so soft nowadays.
They are. They're like, oh, I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna go on my first lady's account, and I'm gonna commit crime on that.
And he does their thing. They send it to me. I take a look, and then we go on and prosecute it to the full extent of the law. And what I don't like, and this is my biggest gripe about GMs, they're the fun police in a way. They really are the fun police because they say you can't do this thing or that thing. You can't have political parties. You can't prosecute crime, all stuff like that. Like they step in when you don't want them to step in.
Yep.
And they don't step in where you want them to step in. we don't live in a democracy per se. We live in a
But-
monarchist / constitutional. De-
Yeah, a
democracy.
constitutional monarchy would say
that involves a king, but hear
would
me
be
out.
accurate.
United's the president, yeah, that's elected. But then some countries around the world have prime ministers and their head of royalty that is not elected. That GMs are like that, and we didn't fight the British many years ago just so that they can control us in a Lego group. It's saddening, but none of the GMs really are for you or for anyone.
Goddamn foreigners.
It's not the foreigners. No. I don't care if the GMs are British, American, or whatever. I don't care if you speak many languages. I speak many languages. It's just don't control the group with an iron fist, because you risk alienating those who want to enjoy your group. I've seen many people go off because they're just so upset of how everything's regulated and controlled, not by Congress or the president, but by people who are unelected. Nobody gave them the authorization by voting for them to be a GM. They're handpicked.
Yeah.
Especially with that baseless pedophilia allegations. Like, you make one, I get why they have it, but we lost some very good people for making accusations, even if they're not true. Like, if you say, "Oh, so and so is a pedo," you get instantly banned with no way to appeal. That just flat out sucks. That is probably one of the worst.
There are reasons for that. There are reasons for that. Anyway, Mr. United, you are here now.
I just wanted to talk about the crime vault thing.
Yes. Go ahead.
You can't tell people not to use crime vaults and not get caught when you get caught every time you break a law and get arrested. Okay? There's a reason why we use crime vaults, so we don't get arrested and lose our jobs. I think you could do a lot better with crime if you used a crime vault. You keep using your main and keep getting in trouble.
You know what? I haven't gotten punished for it, like, in any meaningful way.
Well, if you ever decide to go to Fletsy, you can't until you get that expungement, which takes time. So for people that want to do law enforcement and stuff, you have to, like, for the military now too, like, you have to have like barely anything of a record, so you won't be able to do that anymore.
Hey, I'm needing some pardons actually, so that I can run in the next election, please.
Yeah, I'm done with pardons, sadly.
No, just like one last one. Just like one last one.
Sorry.
Help a homie out.
No, after I pardoned Max, I regret it every day, so I don't pardon anybody else now.
Yeah,
I should have known better. It was Max.
Well, I was doing it to repair FedGov and StateGov relations, but we've seen how that's gone in the last few weeks.
It was Max.
I know, but Mango requested that him and Max get pardoned so that we could fix relations. And I said, okay, I want to work with you guys. Well, they repeat the same thing every week. I'm sorry, let's fix this. And then they start a new issue every week. So
I believe that's our next topic, actually, if you want to jump into that right now while we're at it.
Yeah, go ahead, ZZ9. You can talk about it.
Yeah, that's BCSO versus FBI.
Crazy.
I was giving a rundown earlier, so I had this on the ready.
Yeah, this shit's wild, honestly. I don't know. I tried DMing
I don't know a whole lot about
sheriff,
this. So.
What?
I don't know a whole lot about this. Entertain me. Regale me, please.
Well, it started with them chasing down checks in a Vulture, which is not an official police vehicle. And they said he was speeding in the wrong direction, which is in the clip. But I mean, so if you illegally go into someone's house and they catch them doing a crime, and that gets thrown out. So if they're using, like, breaking the law, going even faster than what Shax was going, and in the wrong side of the traffic in a civilian vehicle, I think that kind of shows how they were targeting checks. And then after that, they arrested them. I got a DM about it. I was like, okay, well, if they thought so. But, I mean, obviously, checks and the FBI and all of them, they got the evidence, sent it to a judge, and then a warrant got filed. So warrants aren't handled by FedGov or anything like that. It's handled by a third party, which is judges. And we got
judges
blamed
federal?
for that. They are, but I mean, it's a whole different body. I'm not in charge of judges. They're supposed to do their own thing. I can appoint judges, but after that, let's see. I was at the warrant, so the warrants got filed, and then they tried executing the federal warrants, which is their job. And then Nathan gunned down FBI agents, and then Mango defended Nathan. Bringing up a crime that Chex did like 4 months ago, which is not fair. And then they are
It's
doing
outside of the statute of limitations, isn't it?
he was saying double standards and all that kind of stuff, which doesn't make sense because he gunned down Mason, which literally works for the sheriff's office. But yeah, and then that was all handled. I got a bunch of angry DMs, people trying to get me to federalize the guard, which I decided not to hurt the state gov and fed gov relations, which I've tried to fix this whole fucking term.
And you've tried
that would have been
that stuff.
Yeah, that would have been
it's
really funny. But
The problem
that would have pissed off a lot of people.
is, and this is something I guessed when the whole state thing happened. There are going to be some people who are more loyal to the state government than the fed government. And I understand those differences. But when certain people are put into positions of power that do not really support that, you have conflict from day one. And it sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah.
We could have gotten to work really well. And I could have...
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for this term. I mean... To be honest, me and Tim, I mean, we had our issues at first, but now me and Tim are cool. I mean, he's been a good help getting the guard deployed and getting them active with me.
This is not his fault.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I mean, CPD and DPD, like, I have zero issues with them. It's just the leadership in Bisco.
Indeed.
But
I mean, people are on a power trip sometimes. And I hate saying that because... people
Sometimes. Only sometimes?
most of the time, it's like House of Cards in this bitch all the time, bro.
Because people are so craving for Lego power, and especially when it comes to the state assembly, they only just made it worse. Maximus was a member, and he just kept passing crap that hindered the relationship. It never
Oh my god, but it was only 3 people?
Yeah, 2 votes on the 2 A's.
A bunch of people were apparently the FEC's filtering out a bunch of people, and elections will open soon. There's high interest.
Yeah, hopefully we get some good candidates, bro. I mean, to be honest, for me, I mean, after this, I don't expect to win this election. I'm not really putting any effort into it. So after this term, like, I'm planning on going into the state gov and doing stuff like that. And I'm hoping there's some good people that I can work with. I mean, let's hypothetically
state gov. Maybe due to the OL.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait,
I mean,
back this up. Hold on. United, you're not expecting to win?
Not currently. I mean, me and Andrew are really good friends, and the only reason I put myself on re-registration is just because, I mean, I'm the sitting president, and usually that's what happens. So I just signed up. I have a good campaign team and stuff, but I mean, if I lose, I'm not upset. I mean, if I do win, I mean, it's another 4 months of what I've been doing, and I'd say I've been doing a pretty good job. I mean, I think 3 people disagree with me actively, and then the rest support me. So, but we'll see. Yeah. I mean, if I win or lose, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm just here to help the group, and if I don't get elected, I'm still going to be here helping the group. So
it's I think
So
that
we've got another hand up. United, thank you for your time right now. We might come back to you if you stick your hand up later, but Jaker
Alright,
wants
see
to
you,
talk
homie.
on
main
this.
mass shootings is dead. Sources tell CNN. This has just come up on my monitor.
What happened?
The suspect in the main mass shooting, Robert Card, has been found dead. There will be a news
Oh, thanks
This is
conference
real life.
at the top of the hour.
Yeah, real life.
Yeah, it's going to happen at the top of the hour. They're going to officially announce it at 10 o'clock. So, just probably thought you might want to hear that. I think
Okay.
Jake is on. If you want to bring him up.
Yes, Jaker is wanting to talk. So,
Hello.
on up,
Bonjour.
Jakers. What's up? We're talking about BCSO versus FBI.
Yeah, I've been away a bit, but I've been trying to inform myself on the matter, and I feel like I've seen this play out already numerous times. It's ridiculous. I mean, throughout
Yep.
this term, we have seen multiple crises between the state gov and the federal government. We need to figure out a way to stop this. It's getting ridiculous.
You need to keep those cucks in line.
Exactly. Schexberger says he was doing like an undercover operation. Is that correct?
There is a thing, I can't really go into specifics, but yes, he was conducting some undercover operation. There is a directive that I signed early in my term as Attorney General. It's in the Discord. It's Memoriam 11-2023. That's called Non-Prosecution of Federal Employees Engaged in Training Acts, no, in training activities and on federal property. No, is it?
How was the sheriff's office supposed to know he was undercover?
I don't know, but they've been getting at him. I've been getting messages saying, you should fire checks. He committed this thing, and then I'm like, okay, let me take a look at his record, and I don't see it anywhere. And I ask a judge, hey, is it on? No, it's been deleted off for some reason by accident. And I'm like, really? Like, oh, it's still up there though. Like, it's still like it's.
I've been-
Discord. But
I have experience with checks in the Senate. He's an all right senator, I'm going to say. I do have some issue. We have had some issues, I would say, whether it be on the floor.
I have some issues with.
I gotta disagree with you, Chex. Or sorry, I gotta disagree with you, Jakers. I've been a senator just maybe a little bit longer than you, about maybe a month or two, but I've worked with him for quite some time. I've known him for years now.
Yeah, his buddy is overall. He's a good human being.
I don't like. I know I'm going to be honest with you. His personality is abrasive, but he is fantastic at his job.
Yeah, he takes it
he's a
very
quality
seriously.
senator.
I don't agree with him on everything, obviously, but I can respect the seriousness and professionalism he takes the position with, unlike some other senators that I won't mention.
That's one of the reasons that as myself, yes, or others. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I immediately knew that BCSO was talking out their asses.
Yeah, but we really need to figure out a way where we really need this administration to work with state gov. And as a candidate
They've been
for
trying.
for Zophane's vice president, I will make sure we will have stability, and I want to ensure we won't have, as vice president, we won't have this many crises.
Everyone says that, but there's no way we can really prove it. Here's my thing.
Oh,
I was good friends with Mango. I wanted to get him and I on a good path. And
I
then all
mean,
this shit
I want to
happened.
say, when we're in office, if state gov tries to mess with us, we're going to tell them to sit down and shut up, because we're in charge.
That depends on
That's
whoever
what
makes
we've
the
been trying to do for a while, but
I've defended this government in court. I've done it twice, and I won over a lawsuit that Max Onimus brought, saying that we couldn't have our police have expanded powers because of states' rights and stuff. I successfully proved that down, but it's still pending before the Supreme Court. We just have to have like people that
Can you get
don't
United in here?
necessarily
I think he
agree
wants
with
to speak.
us. They don't have to agree.
he
with
does, yes.
Get United in here.
Hey, United, welcome back to the stage.
What is wrong with your mic? Jakers, I just want to ask how specifically you would plan on doing that, just so I can take some tips and do it, because what I'm doing is not working.
You can't play nice with them. You got to tell them straight up, hey, we're in charge here, and you don't listen, that's their problem.
But we're not really in charge of municipal police.
Yeah, you're not in charge of the. Yeah, obviously.
Start executing people. Nationalize the guard and just start fucking murdering everyone. Send the guard after people, send them to their houses, follow them around, just kill them. Kill them. Bomb them. Bomb them all.
Jesus.
No, I mean, my thing is like doing something like that, Jakers. I mean, if you guys do win, and I mean, if you go down that route, that's not helping repair relations or anything like that. It's just
I will work to
that
repair
plays
relations. I want to be very clear with that. But if push comes to shove, I will shove.
Yeah, but when you shove, I mean, I've tried my best not to shove. I mean, I believe in having mutual partnership and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, not all of state gov is bad. So when you push one, it helps their narrative that Fed gov is trying to take stuff away from them and all that kind of stuff, which is definitely not true, because ever since state gov happened, I mean, they've been actively trying to take stuff away from Fed gov when we have not pushed any laws. But just doing stuff like that's going to push their narrative, which is not what we need.
And I've been lucky to take a political science class that talks about international relations, and there are so many theories in which I could apply this to. I don't know the name of this off the top of my head, but I believe that the state government, they view themselves as like being threatened by the federal government. I'm not sure how they view it, so they try to boost up their power and security to see how they can quote unquote defend themselves in this little foreign power, not foreign power, but in this little micro national politics. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, that makes sense.
There are realist theories, there are neoliberalist theories, there are a bunch of other theories where I could go on and on explaining, but they view as if the federal government is just going to come in and trample on them and have them do whatever they want. So that's why they think we're being threatened by the federal government. So we got to do whatever we can, whether that is boosting up the BCSO, having our leaders there, or having people not in Congress, but in the assembly that will support our views. That's what I think is happening here.
Yeah, and I think that how they're viewing it is very, very concerning, and I feel like
I hate I hate state gov just as much as the next guy, but we do have to move it, which is
we can't view
thank you
the
guys
state government as an enemy. We need to view them as a mutual partner. We can't be doing that because
you both for joining us in that. We are moving on to our next topic right now, which is RK. Is it okay?
RK was that?
Random killing, you know.
Random
walk
killing.
Up to a guy.
Oh, that is something.
You see him, you blast him.
I have like 100% expertise in because I've been a victim of this several times, and
who hasn't
dealt with this as the Attorney General. That is the number one reason for crime. It's not organized. It's just what am I going to do?
Sometimes it is.
I'll hop on Boulder. I'm gonna go grab my M7 or whatever the hell it's called, those long arms. I grab it, pew 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 pew. You're dead for no reason. I suffered that today when I was in Boulder doing my duties at the National Guard. It's sad, but is it okay?
If you are going, yeah, I think
I'd like to
the
hear your
answer
argument.
is maybe. The answer is a solid maybe.
Would you be in favor?
Don't
of a
arcade anyone
purge?
without a gun.
Would you be in favor of a purge?
What do you mean?
Like the movie,
I
for
think-
like a specific period,
Well,
maybe 3 hours. We're not going to prosecute you if you just pew pew everyone. Because the way we see it right now,
I feel like there
is
was a
that-
law that was being. I feel like there was a law that was going to be presented that was going to make Halloween the purge, which, yeah, I think that would be fun to have a day where that's fine. But also, I think the answer
Sorry.
to my original question is the answer is maybe. Maybe you can kill someone. You really shouldn't be killing visitors.
No,
Anyone on the visitors team, I think that's kind of
That's-
mean.
they're just starting out, and if they go,
Yeah.
and
I'm more likely to. Also, personally, I'm not gonna act like I don't arcade because I totally fucking do. So my code of conduct for the arcade is I don't kill anyone unarmed, and I don't kill anyone with a revolver either because those guns suck. I try to target people that have an equal or better gun than me if I feel like I can sneak up on them. But I don't
CID,
want to like be a dick about it.
CID, take notes. It's here's what I'm
Voice
thinking.
messages aren't usable in court.
Here's what I'm thinking. Kind of
What are you
right
thinking?
now, it is kind of legal in a way. I mean, you could shoot up a bunch of people, and as long as someone doesn't arrest you or report you to the CID, then you're not going to face punishment. If you do get reported and we receive it, you're going to get punished. That's our main goal. We're going to punish anyone who kills for any reason or no reason. If they kill at all, they're getting punished. But
Oh, don't I know
right
it?
now we have a backlog of cases. We have a backlog of investigations that the CID has to get into. So right now, you could literally probably go in, shoot someone, kill someone, and if there's no one around, no police, or nobody's going to report you, you'll get away with it scot-free. And that's sad.
What
Especially for our
what
visitors.
really pisses me off?
It's saddening if you kill a visitor. It's more I want to say it's worse than killing a citizen, but
Really pisses a full squad, a genuine squad of people that will get together, go.
what about
They'll
the
get their M2s or the Kodiaks.
What about the Italians? The Row Italians. They've been popping
Oh,
up recently, and if you
Oh,
see
the exploiters?
the Row Italians, if you
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
last night or a couple
Yeah.
days ago, you would have seen them kidnapping me. They're probably gonna get.
I think that
y'all know what Ryko means, right?
they also exploit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should probably get punished by the GMs, get banned. But if not, then we're probably going to launch an investigation. Because those are grounds for Ryko charges. Those have never been tried before in Noosa. I don't think they've ever been tried before in Noosa history. But there's a reason why I set up the National Security.
I feel like they
Committee.
have long ago. We used to actually have a very in-depth legal system back in Las Vegas days. It's kind of sad the way that things are now, and how we like to convince ourselves that we're incapable of a lot of complicated things because we don't do them currently. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of very complicated
government systems and concepts that we used to do quite well, but just don't do it anymore because we don't. People are like, no, it's impossible,
The interest is
or
gone.
that's for some other role play.
The interest is gone.
But it's not. It's the people are just like, too much work. When really, that's just like the people in charge of approving it think it's too much work. It's really frustrating.
Life is frustrating.
I would really like to see that those arcaders, those mass arcaders, the Sainted Sardine types, the
Oh, I hate that. I hate it. I hate them.
I would like to see those types of people
And that prosecute?
stopped.
We're gonna try to stop them. The CID will try to.
Prosecuting them won't do anything. No, what I want
Okay.
to be done is I want there to be death squads. We need
Death
to have death
squads?
squads.
So you're
Death
saying,
squads, yes.
wow. And okay, so like a
I
judge
think
approves
that
it?
the military should be empowered to target. They need to be empowered to find out who these people are,
Then
figure out
this
where they
legal
are,
force authorized
and
at
to
all
go
times?
after them. To literally just, yeah, I think that that a judge should be able
Barricade their
to
own
give an execution warrant. I think that an execution warrant should be, back in the days when we had AOS.
Do we still
Screw
have that?
AOS, KOS.
Do we still have that?
No, we don't.
Damn. They took it
No.
away?
Yeah.
So
Dang.
we should make it KOS. Give the military the power to just freaking
Is that
hunt
something
them.
Congress could do?
Hunt them to extinction.
Is that something
Maybe?
Congress could do?
I mean, Congress is who authorizes the military to do anything, really.
So would you
But that's also a
support
matter of convincing the president to go along with it. Yes, I absolutely would support it, but actually, in every
not-
every
then
single
why not write
president
one?
that I've ever advised,
Nobody's stopping
but
you.
it's also the military. So,
Nobody's stopping you from
well, because you also have to convince. You also have to convince the military to go along with it, because if the military doesn't want to do it, they're not going to do it. You can't make them really do it. You can't make them, and if the president can just fucking veto it.
True.
And also, in terms of getting votes, well, that's something pretty controversial. Other senators and other representatives, they're not going to vote for it if the president says, I'm going to veto it. That'd be ridiculous. Or if the secretary says, no, I'm not for it.
One person can lobby.
Yeah,
It's a lot harder to lobby for it if you don't have them.
I want to ask you a question. Do you get a lot of people saying that something should be done? Do people come up to you and say, "Oh, I want this to happen. You should make a bill that
Yes.
authorizes this"?
All right.
Yes.
I want to say something about random
Yes,
killing.
I get that a lot.
I'm going to confess, I have done it a few times.
You what?
Whenever I see a server with just alt accounts, I hop on, and let's just say there won't be any alt accounts left anymore. Just AFK, K farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I should have said
But
that. I think I messed up saying this in front of the Attorney General.
no, it's fine. So, Mr. Senator, do you agree with my statement that we should empower the military to send out death squads after
No.
Why not?
That's insane. This
Why?
batshit crazy.
How? It's
That
literally,
sounds like
how is it
something they would
literally
do in,
any
like-
different?
1940s Germany, not the United States of America.
Or do you mean 2010 U.S. military in Iraq or Afghanistan?
It's not my place.
Saying
to say
Iraq-
that.
This is
no
not
different-
Iraq
It's no
or
different than hunting
Afghanistan.
terrorists. It's hunting terrorists. That's all it is. It's hunting terrorists. You go out, you send the military to kill the terrorists, to kill the baddies. That's it. The fuckers. And they kill them good.
Man, you really are obsessed with killing. Jesus.
I don't like those archers. Oh, speaking of killing, John, do you have the kill of the week ready for us?
Jeff, what?
Oh yeah, I have it ready. It's my
The kill of the week.
I plugged it in. You want me to show it to you?
I would love for you to show it to us.
It will be on the stream. You probably cannot see it, but you know where the video is, right?
I do. It's in our combat footage channel. That's going to be the one by
Okay, playing
Mexican.
it now.
That's going to be the one by Mexican Rocks 13. He's being
It's
shot
live
at
right now.
at the National Guard.
Okay,
Yep,
so
he's getting shot at the National Guard base. He's defending himself.
yep, it's on our screen right now, and I can see him.
Yep,
I trained him good. I trained him
And
good.
he defends himself. Yep.
I think.
yeah,
was
I
his
believe
trainer.
he is an E6 now.
Yeah, I think I
I
was
believe
his
he's
He's an
trainer.
E6 right now.
So
Congratulations to you, Mexican Rocks. You're going to be getting $2,000 in Boulder for those two
Damn,
kills
there's
that
money
you got right
involved?
there. Yes, there's $2,000 Boulder bucks.
Damn, I didn't know that. I'm not gonna do anything to get it, but why is my okay? My mic is on. I thought my mic was off, but it's on. I'm not gonna go kill
Now,
people.
I will say, Max Onimus's kill, that was also a pretty good one. That's also in our combat footage channel.
That's not.
He
on
was
here. I
accused
know
of
that.
being. No, that's not on here. But for anyone that is in our server, the Alpha Factor,
Yes,
that
the
is
link
available
on
in our
your
combat footage
screen.
channel. He was accused of being dangerous, and he was. He wouldn't kill. Good job, Max. But unfortunately,
he came in
second. And you know why? That's because
Nobody likes Max.
But no, that's mean. That's mean. Some people do. He's, I will say he's very entertaining for the community.
He's okay. I mean, I now know that
We
person.
check our controversial figures here.
Tom Skepsky 5. I remember him. He was toxic as heck. Fucking pain in the ass to work with. Hated that guy.
and
Finally, to close off the show,
The Westler highlight?
we're gonna the Whistler highlight. We're gonna talk about the Whistler now. One of my favorite guns. And this section is not just. This is going to be a repeat section every week. We're going to highlight one of the guns in Boulder County. We're going to tell you where to get it, how much it costs, how much the ammo costs, and all about it. So this is the Whistler. That is the shotgun model after the Remington 700. Real life, that's what it is.
Copyright.
It has a 5-round magazine, semi-automatic.
Hello? Hello?
2-hit kill. Hello.
You were cut off for 1 damn second.
okay.
So that'll be the Whistler. It is 5-round magazine. Costs $400. And that's found at the Ranger station all the way in bumfuck nowhere. But only $400. That is your cheapest long gun in the game.
And that's legal?
And legal, it is legal, yes. Shotgun. They're very accurate for a shotgun, especially at short range. You can defend yourself pretty good. Ammo costs $40. You shoot 12 gauge ammo, you can get that just about anywhere. And as I said, it has a 5-round magazine. The ammo comes in boxes of 30, so for just $440, you can defend yourself good. I highly recommend that gun. 2-hit kill.
Interesting.
I believe that concludes our show tonight.
It does indeed. Mike's not working.
Thank you, everyone, for listening, watching, participating.
Why?
We'll catch you next time here at the Alpha Factor.
Good night. Mic is down. Your mic's off. And fade to black.